Hey, I'm Coach Kozak from HASfit. Did you know that 20% of the American diet is coming from just one toxic substance? This substance has been neurologically compared to having similar addictive properties to drugs like cocaine. With so much money on the line, it comes as no surprise that those who are selling it will do everything in their power to keep it as a staple in your diet. With so much misinformation being thrown around, I'm going to do my best to shed some light on the question of why is high fructose corn syrup so bad? Let's start off with why it's used in such astronomical volumes by the food companies. It's sweeter and it's cheaper. The US is the world's leading producer of corn, and with so much supply in our hands, it's simply cheaper for food companies to use it instead of the healthier alternatives. It's in the food industry's best interest to keep their costs low and margins high for their shareholders. Now, the corn industry is doing everything they can in their power to convince us that there's absolutely nothing wrong with high fructose corn syrup. Actually, if you do a quick Google search for high fructose corn syrup facts, then the first thing that you'll see is a paid advertisement at the top of the page for sweetsurprise.com. This is the corn industry's propaganda website. There you can read all about their privately funded studies and how all the other scientists and physicians in the world have it wrong. Their meaningless, confusing ads and statements in the media and online attempt to assure the public that the biochemistry of real sugar and industrial produced sugar from corn are exactly the same. But not all sugars are created equal. The corn industry's leading argument is that high fructose corn syrup is the same as regular cane sugar or sucrose. But this simply isn't the same, and the truth lies behind the biochemistry. Sucrose is made up of two sugar molecules that are bound tightly together, glucose and fructose, in an equal 50-50 ratio. Now, the enzymes in your digestive tract must break down the sucrose into glucose and fructose, which are then absorbed into your body. Now, high fructose corn syrup is also comprised of glucose and fructose, but at a 55-45 ratio, and it's in an unbound form. A study of high fructose corn syrup in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition describes how they are more rapidly absorbed into your bloodstream since there's no chemical bond between them and then there's no digestion needed. But it gets worse. It also makes us fat, sick, and stupid. Fructose is delivered to the liver and activates lipogenesis, which is the production of fats like triglycerides and cholesterol. This process explains why high fructose corn syrup is the chief cause of liver damage and leads to a condition that affects over 70 million people called fatty liver. The rapidly absorbed glucose initiates huge spikes of insulin, which is our body's main fat storage hormone. These qualities combine to lead to increased metabolic disturbances that drive increases in appetite, weight gain, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, learning impairment, dementia, and the list goes on. This process also stops us from feeling full, which leads to overeating. What's the only thing worse than a toxic substance? A toxic substance that's also addictive. High fructose corn syrup causes opiate and dopamine activity in the brain. This activates powerful, reward-seeking behavior that can drive overeating. When you see foods that contain high fructose corn syrup, it's a very strong indicator that it's a food-like substance and not a real food. Products containing high fructose corn syrup are always poor quality, nutritionally depleted, processed foods that are full of empty calories and artificial ingredients. If you see high fructose corn syrup on the label, you can be sure it's not a whole or a fresh food full of fiber, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and antioxidants. Try your best to avoid high fructose corn syrup if you want to be healthy. This is one easy dietary modification that can drastically decrease your health risks and improve your long-term health. The easiest way to avoid it is to simply check the labels. Most know that sweetened sodas are loaded with this poison, but many are shocked at just how many foods actually contain it that they're eating on a day-to-day basis. feel free to click the link in the video description below. There you'll find a list of a bunch of different foods that you probably never realized had high fructose corn syrup in it. There you'll also find all the references of the studies that I cited today. If you like this blog post, make sure you check out my vlog on HASfit's website where you'll find additional vlogs. There you'll also find our selection of hundreds of free workouts, our free meal plans to lose or gain weight, as well as our complete 30 to 90 day fitness programs. Please do me a huge favor and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It'll really help us keep this great service free. Like us on our Facebook fan page or follow us on Twitter. We'll make sure you get the best daily motivation. Another great source of motivation that you can take with you wherever you go is our HASfit Interactive Trainer app. I'm Coach Kozak from HASfit, and I'll see you at your next workout.